member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. What's going on over here? They briefed reporters, the U.S. Military Central Command last week. Get ready for a spring offensive to liberate Mosul starting in April or May. The Iraqi military is going to be ready, 25,000 troops. Not so fast. What happens here?
Well, I welcome the reconsideration because I had doubts it would work. The Iraqi government and people are demanding that Mosul be liberated. Put yourself in the shoes of the defense minister in Iraq, who's a Sunni from Mosul. He wants his town liberated from ISIL. That's a need and a desire, but the capacity doesn't exist. This Iraqi security force is basically a Shia army. The army has been basically fractured, and if you go into Mosul ill-prepared, you could have a war between the Iraqi security forces and Sunni tribes in Mosul, not just ISIL, unless we're in the mix. The way to fix this is to have a larger American ground component to make sure the Iraqi security forces have the capacity to win. The worst outcome is to take on ISIL in Mosul and lose.
Because I have limited confidence in the Iraqi military, given their abhorrent behavior last year when they simply laid down their U.S. weapons and ran away from Mosul.
Because the Iraqi security forces became a Shia army, and the Shia Iraqi security forces were not going to die in Sunni land, Mosul. So the army became sectarian. Not only is it numbers you have to generate, you have to get a functioning army that would be welcomed by people in Mosul. It has to be a more Iraqi army, less of a Shia army, and we're a ways away from there. But there is no substitute for a significant American support element to be successful, and that's where I blame President Obama. He's trying to do this on the cheap.
This guy, Mohammed Emwazi, Jihadi John, as he's known, he was watched by British surveillance for several years. He eventually wound up working with ISIS, presumably in Syria, and beheading all these people on videotape. Was there a major intelligence or national security blunder someplace in the UK that allowed this guy to slip out?
I don't know if it's a blunder, but all the people who did the Paris attack were on watch list. We've had a lot of people resort to terrorism that we had on watch list. This was just one guy. Here's what I worry about the most. The number of foreign fighters going to Iraq and Syria with Western passports are overwhelming our ability to track them. We're losing control of this problem. The longer it takes to degrade and destroy ISIL, the larger chance of getting hit here.